My colleague Akshita Nandgopal explains you the weapon war between Israel and Hamas. Who has the edge here? Take a look.
This is India Today's War Room, where we decode for you with a conflict tracker the latest on the Israel-Hamas war. Now let's focus right now on the conflict tracker, the weapons that each side has, and whether this is a balanced battle. Taking a look at it, what you'll find essentially is that this is most definitely not balanced, that the advantage is with Israel. They've got their massive, very famous Merkava tanks, which you've seen here on India Today. Gaurav Sawant was showing you how they're rolling in closer and closer to Gaza. Important to highlight that Hamas's counter to that is the Kornet anti-tank missile. Is it any match for the Merkava tank? Well, we'll have to wait and see as this battle and war progresses. On the Hamas's side, you've also got the Conqueror's anti-tank missile. Notice here that they've got a lot of essentially defensive armor with them. Israel has the Etana armored vehicle as well, which has also been making its way towards Gaza. As far as Hamas is concerned, while they've not got as much artillery, as much gun power as Israel, they've still got sizable anti-tank missiles. Again, like I said, largely to disrupt any attack by Israel. You've got more armored vehicles with Israel, all of which has already been pressed into action here. Now, Hamas also has a military brigade, of course, the Al-Qassam brigade. They've got several foot soldiers out there. Israel has a very, very strong infantry. Add to that military aid that they've also received from other countries. It makes them really strong. And Hamas faces an uphill task even otherwise. Hamas also, while they may not have a lot of artillery with them, are known to have their grenade drones, which they've seen in action. They've put out videos multiple times of these drones being used. Now, as far as Israel is concerned, they've got their special forces. What we're doing is essentially picking up what the features of each military is and to show you how they could counter each other. Hamas also, in fact, has the Igla-S air defense system, where, again, it's all about defense, trying to ward off the Israeli attack. The Israel army has several very, very important drones, like the Heron TP or the Hermes 450. So those, again, are very crucial ammunition that they have. Now, another biggest, perhaps, highlight of the Israeli military, and I'm sure you've seen videos of it, is the Iron Dome. Let's break down for you in layman terms how really it works. Let's say, for example, there's a missile coming towards Israel. In this case, a Hamas missile. There is, in fact, a radar that's constantly tracking around Israel what's happening. So the radar immediately will pick up when the missile is launched. What happens next? What it does is that it fires a counter missile. That missile will then hit the one that's been fired by the enemy, and it will go off. It will be intercepted in the sky. Interesting to also note here that the Iron Dome functions only when it notices that there is a missile headed towards a city. If it's going towards an uninhabited area, it will continue to do so because the Iron Dome only ensures minimum casualties. So then the question arises, why is it that the Iron Dome wasn't effective against the Hamas? Now, Hamas, what they did is that they knew about the Iron Dome. So they ensured that it felt overwhelmed by firing a huge cache of missiles at the same time towards Israel. So a few were stopped. A lot, unfortunately, managed to hit the targets in Israeli soil. So that's where the Iron Dome failed. And there's no doubt that agencies in Israel will be working on ensuring that that doesn't happen once again. So this essentially breaks down for you how the war stands, how the conflict stands, and importantly, what kind of a role each side's defense system right now plays.